Hey everyone, this is Parker from Team Shockwave, and today I'm here with Danny here at my locals with his what do you call this deck?
I call it Time Lord Chaos.
Alright, so let's get a start.
The thing about the deck, it's like I like playing decks that are really creative, and the fact that with this card came out, I like the card so much. And the deck is basically raw. When I'll show you 3 Meteon Time Lords. This one's signed by your Yu-Gi-Oh channel. This card is amazing. For those who don't know what it does, this can only be special summon from your hand if you have 10 or more monsters in your graveyard, which is very easy because the deck just basically runs so much monsters that it's so easy to get out. Once per turn, especially on one level 8 or higher fairy type monster from your graveyard, it becomes 4,000, but its effects negated. But just the fact that if you can basically get this card off and something else off, like a Christia or anything I'll show you, it's just basically game, and your opponent cannot do anything about it. Such a good card, and I can go into this can be XYZ material with this card and another card that I don't have on me, the robot. I'll get to that in a little bit. But this card is the boss monster deck, your win condition. But this deck is not just isn't just the only win condition. It's just like one of many. This is the lights for the deck. 2 Veilers. You need hand traps in this deck. Double Thunder King. Thunder King is specifically for the aspect of a stun, because it doesn't really contradict you. It doesn't really contradict you. It only contradicts one card, like 3 cards in your deck, and that barely ever happens. And it's a light. And when your opponent sees Thunder King, they just think, okay, it's just the Thunder King. They gotta work around it. 2 Merchants. I was running 3, but this card is what gets the deck going off. When you go off, the monsters you mill, once you go off with this deck, with this card, you basically win the game, because you basically keep picking up until you have a Magic Attract card, and that's what Magical Merchant does. 3 is too much, 2 is perfect because I run other ways to mill. This isn't my only mill option. 2 Raikos, just another milling option. This is basically helps me get over tight spots in terms of monster or spell trap planets. If one ever plays like macro or something like or back row, this lets me get it off. Or if they're playing against like agents like Archla Christia, which kind of shuts down this deck, I could just like Raikou it. And it's just another milling aspect of the deck. BLS, you play Glen White's, that's the same card. Archla Christia, it goes really well with the Time Lord. And also I can really bring it out very easy because I always have at least 4 fairies in the graveyard, so it's really easy to get out. And with this card on the field, it just becomes a 4,000 beast stick. Its effects negated though, but it's just a kick staple. I used to play this at 2, but I always notice when I play 2, my opponent reborns me, I lose completely. So 1 is fine. I have a better replacement for it. Honest, Lila, again, milling aspect, just for spell trap rule, and it helps you mill, which what this deck needs is graveyard power. That's the lights. Darks, you got 2 Birdman. This is what's unique part about the deck. Not only do I play the merchant version, I also play Gallus in here. So it really lets me recycle my cards, bounce back on my Gallus, do extra burn damage. 2 Chigonia, a dark, another sync XYZ material, and the fact that I have so much hand traps, and it's just too good to not run right now. It's just amazing. Tour Guide, because you know it's Tour Guide, and it just lets me thin out my deck and lets me add darks to the graveyard. And its targets, Dark Mimic and Night Assailant. Dark Mimic just lets me draw a card, just a dark card. But I really like this card because if I go out with Tour, I set it in defense mode. I have so many ways to go into level 3. So if I spell some of this, I just drop Tour Guide, go with this, just overlay, and it's a floater for a free draw. Gores, staple. Butcher the Black Rose. I did have 2, but I had to make some changes. Butcher the Black Rose, you play so much monsters, and it's a draw power tuner, so why not? And it really comes really well with Birdman and Gallus. Dark Lord Zerato. A lot of people are very surprised of why I play Zerato. Zerato is just an all-around good card, and it's just I can always get 4 darks in the graveyard, and it's a Time Lord target, and it just lets me blow up field. Chaos Sorcerer. That's the darks, and the other non-light dark attributes. 3 Gallus. Again, this is more like a mix of Time Lord and Gallus. Gallus is just strictly here for burn damage, and also to send monsters to my graveyard. Because in this deck, spells on this card, you need monsters. You need to hit monsters in your graveyard. What better way to send monsters to your graveyard with Gallus? Gallus not only lets you send a monster to the graveyard, but it also deals burn damage to your opponent, so that way you can basically have a better chance of going for game very easily. And you can also use it with very combos called Birdman and Witch of the Black Rose and Tour Guide to XYZ material. It's just like, this is just, but it all, you may think it's all different, but it all works really well together, synergy. Two Troopers, this just lets me mill. Just mill aspect, draw power, and just lets me get over it. The deck is all about the graveyard. Trooper just works really well. Maxis, draw power, and again, just to thin on my deck to hit monster in the graveyard. And it goes really well with Trag because I always draw off. If you didn't see my feature match against 6 Samurais, this helped me save match so many times because it lets me draw what I need. Maxi is just too good right now with the way everything's going on. And one Meteion. This card is the clutch card. When my opponent has so many cards on the field, I can just summon this card and just basically wipe their field. You don't know what it does, I can know this card attributing. Just, I can, this can't be tried battle by card effects. I can just and I take no damage, so if this card attacks, all cards get returned in hand, and it's a burn aspect. And it goes really well, again, with my Time Lord. Where the hell is my Time Lord? That's somewhere. It goes really well with my Time Lord. Because I can bring this back at 4,000 and use it overlay. I'm definitely considering bumping this up to 2, just because it's that good in this deck. That is the monsters. Spells, I only play like a low percent of spells. And it's right here. I'm going to explain everything. Obviously, staples. These are very obviously staples. Card destruction. Since this deck, there are times when this hand can open up really bad. And by bad, you open up with a handful of cloggy boss monsters. By card destructing it, you just send those cards to the graveyard, and you just draw a new hand. And if you hit a Time Lord, you can basically use those big cloggy monsters like Christy or this, just to get on the field and become a 4,000 meter in the end. And it messes up your opponent. Allure. I play Allure because I play a lot of darks, and it's just strictly for the draw aspect. Pot of Avarice, this is the best card you want to get off of Magical Merchant, because if you go off Merchant and you spill out all these monsters out of Pot of Avarice, you basically win the game, because you're gonna bring back your bombs and then just go off. And these two are the best things you want to get off Pot of Avarice, off of Magical Merchant. If you have one of them, if you already have one in your hand and you merchant off this, you win the game. If you have this in your hand, if you grab this off merchant, you're basically going to win the game no matter what. And charge a Light Brigade, because I run 2 Raikos and a Lilah, it just helps with the mill aspect and lets me get out what I want. So everything is very important in terms of getting everything. You got Monster Revival, Spell Trap, Monster Spell Trap removal, Recycle, and just then it just goes very well. The extra deck, there's one card I am missing, and it's just strictly for laws. It's the Super Conduction Robot. It's that level 10 that requires 3 XYZs. I can get it out really easy, but I also play with this guy. I can get it out really easily because I play with Time Lords, so I can just go on level 10. I also play with Tragodia, so I can go level 10, launch, burn them for game. They have Cowboy, while I have a cannon. So beat-based. Leviathan, that. Just basically random. I just throw in Diamond Devil because it's pretty. Shockmaster, just random certain Stinkros. The only one I really use to shine out is basically the Gustav Max. Other than that, everything's just all self-explanatory. Yes, I won! So, the deck is really good. It has such good matchups. The best thing about it is just the fact that I can just win so many times, and it's just unexpected to my opponent. And my opponent has no idea what to go up against them, which makes it really well in my advantage. And that's why. I like the deck. I'm taking this to regionals, so I already have my invite, so I'm gonna play this for fun. I hope that I can top this. I really want to put this Time Lord back on the map. Time Lord has so much potential. I think it's a very overlooked card.
Alright, yeah. Thank you, Danny, and this is Parker signing out.
Peace, guys.